Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Marcus Speaks Live, the very podcast that gives you trending topics and other random things. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend so far, because I know I am. Hope you guys are feeling good, because I am feeling great. Now, one thing I like to do, I like to go through a few promotions, so, bear with me if you could with that. So, once again, welcome here to Marcus Speaks Live, the very podcast that gives you trending topics and other random things. If you could, please like this video, share this video to your friends and family, and also to your social media. All right? Comment in the live chat, because I will be chatting back with you guys as I bring your stuff on the screen, as you can see what's going on with the lower third. And please subscribe. Hit that bell icon to all if you could. Also, once you have done that, once you have subscribed to this here channel, Marcus Speaks, and I want you to do me a favor, all right? I need for you to I need for you to go to the description box, hit that Rumble link, I have checked lately. 2 people have done it, so I thank those 2 people. So now I need 13 more people to go ahead and subscribe to me so I can stream over on Rumble, because this is what I want to do. This is for you, the audience. I have it to where when I do this here promotion, I tell you this here thing that I'm about to tell you in just a minute. Everyone, every Friday I do this here podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then you can catch me Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my gaming stream, Marcus Speaks Play. I won't be live tomorrow or the rest of this month, or probably the first 3 weeks of January until late January, when the Suicide Squad game comes out. So Mark Speaks Play is on a hiatus until then. All right. What's going on, Ty Boogie? How you doing? So yes, please don't forget to come and check me out on those days at those times, because I'll be here. I hope you will be too. So when I told y'all about hit the Rumble link, subscribe to me over on Rumble, this is why. If you want to come up and talk to me, you can. This is how you do it. You can either hit the link that's pinned in the live chat, or you can hit the number at 302-283-9791. I repeat, 302-283-9791. Now, if things get a little spicy over here on YouTube and what we're talking about, I can cut this here stream and we can continue on Rumble. So that's why it's important that you go into the description box, hit that Rumble link, follow me over on Rumble, because I want to start talking to you guys. So I want you guys to start using that link and that number, because I want to start talking to you guys. But when you do that, it comes rules. Here are the rules. Rule number one. You must be on camera at all times. That means once you get here to the backstage, your camera should be already on and you should already have your microphone linked up. But please do me a favor. I'll get to that later. If you don't want to be shown to the public, there's a question back here I would like for you to answer. All right? It's a yes or no question. Don't make it a conversation. Just let me know your name and your answer, and I'll further accommodate you from there. All right? Now, lastly, mute all background noise, because I'm trying to run at least a semi-professional stream here. All right? If you can do me that favor, I would highly appreciate it. Now, this is all I'm saying. Mute all background noise. Go to a nice secluded spot in your house. Do whatever you got to do so your surroundings are silent and we can both speak to each other clearly. Now, I would suggest that you have wired headphones. All right? Wired headphones is what I would like for you to have when talking to me. That's either with the number or with the link. All right? Because once you hit the links, it brings you back here to the backstage. Well, before that, you gotta, see. You got to show that, that your camera and stuff is on. But other than that, it brings you here to the backstage. So please do me that favor. Silence all background noise if you could. And lastly, all I have is please like this video. Subscribe if you are new here. Hit that bell icon to also get all of my notifications once I go live. As well as, please comment in the comment section, because I will be speaking back to you guys. And please share this to your social media, friends, and family. Now, if you guys have ever watched my show, you know that I like playing videos. It helps me further my point. What I'm talking about helps you further understand what the fuck I'm talking about. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys what fair use is unless I have to, but I'll let my past self tell you exactly what fair use is. Alright, it's messing up. Let me see if I can do it again. Probably not. So I'll just read it to you guys. Let me hold it up. Warning: federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. All right, so that's fair use, people. So what I'm going to be bringing to you guys is articles and videos. That's what my podcast consists of, as well as my opinions, made up of 3 parts: videos, articles, and my opinion. Not all in that order, but that's what it consists of. So all articles and all videos are accredited in the description box. I don't own any of the materials that I'm using tonight. It's only my sheer opinion that I own. But with that being said, again, all articles and all videos have been accredited in the description box. All articles have been changed from its original form to stop plagiarism. All right, gotta fight the law. You gotta fight the law in certain ways so you don't get caught with your pants down. So, with that being said, people, let's get this music going. Let's turn the theme music off. So, people, I hope you guys have been paying attention to the internet, because the internet has been getting good lately. It's been getting good lately. It's slow in the news, but it's been getting good as far as what's coming up as far as like electronics and gaming. Gaming is something that I want to pinpoint. This is why. Because a game came out, or a game trailer has came out of and I'm gonna mute the sound because I'm gonna talk through it. The Grand Theft Auto trailer has came out. Can I loop this at all? Or I'll slow the speed down. So, if you guys, so this is short banter. This is basically me doing like some warm up topics before we get into the main topic of the night. So, let's get into some short banter. So this trailer came out this week, right? And it's been causing quite the stir, for the simple fact that the how can I describe these people? They are there are a class of people of white people that think that they are going to be replaced in this country. All right. So when they seen this trailer, they saw in the trailer the main character that we will be playing as is a Latina woman. But secondly, the second character, because I believe they're doing like a Bonnie and Clyde type of story with this. The second character is a white male, or he's mixed race, maybe of white and Hispanic of some sort, maybe. So the other thing that they had an issue with is that there wasn't a lot of white people depicted in the trailer. It was more so Latinos, blacks, and others, or whatever. They got so upset that they basically stated that the main character, I forgot her name, it's like Louisa, some shit like that. She is a transgender woman. That's basically what they were trying to say, that this woman in the main character of the gang, one of the main characters of the gang, is a transgender woman, which was funny as hell to me when they said that, for the simple fact that I was like, why would they stoop this low of talking about this gang, for the simple fact that it's a gang. It, like, I don't understand with certain aspects of things, right? of why they would stoop so low of talking about this game in a way that doesn't really depict it in that light. So what I mean is, and I'll stop it right when at the point where they got the guns or whatever. So this is both of them. This is the main two characters right here. Hold on. So this shot, right? So as we can see, main character right here is basically a Latina woman. So this guy right here is racially ambiguous, as far as I know. He could be either Hispanic or he could be white, right? But what they didn't like, the people who think that they're being replaced, because they saw all kinds of debauchery in the game. Now, I'm going to point to one aspect of that debauchery of what they saw. Hold on, where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Come on, get me there. Get me there. Is that it? No, that's not it. It's coming up. Another shot. Hold on. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it right about there. And I'll stop it once it gets to the place where they were also complaining. Why is the game like this, right? So, 1 second, it's coming up. Boom. The strip club scene, right? As we know, Miami has a big strip club scene, as well as Atlanta. Now, Grand Theft Auto, as we all know, basically mirrors reality. So everything that happened within a decade's time, they basically make the game to basically mirror what happened. It's basically like a South Park episode, but in video game form, basically. So if you watch South Park basically borrows from real life. They turn it on its head and they make fun of it. That's basically what Rockstar does. So they got upset at that. They got upset that it was booty shaking in this game. That's not all the booty though that was in this game. Where's some other booty at? Some more booty. Give me the booty. Pause. There's some booty down there if you can see it. Okay, where's the other booty? It's some more booty. Boom. That. They got upset at that. Basically saying, why is there a single white guy on a yacht with black and racially ambiguous women? It's like, because it's Miami. It's a lot of racially ambiguous people down there. That's not all. Boom. Some more that they was talking about. Some more booty shaking. They basically have taken the time out to say, I will not be playing this game because it doesn't represent who I am as a person. And they said this about various other games that's came out within the past this year in all. I've heard things about the Baldur's Gate 3 game that came out. I guess you can make a gender ambiguous character, so you can't tell if it's male or female and stuff like that. They had issue with that. What other game? did they have issue with? They set issue with the Spider-Man 2 game that came up because the the uh the developers basically said that from here on out, Miles Morales will be our Spider-Man. That's what the developers, Insomniac, said after the game release. They said from here on out, we're going to be using Miles Morales as our mainstay Spider-Man in any Spider-Man game that we make within this world that we created. They got upset at that because they want to see Peter Parker. It's like, how many games have you had that had Peter Parker? Like, I can count personally as many Spider-Man games I've played within my lifetime, and they all was Peter Parker. It wasn't until a couple years ago when Spider-Man Miles Morales came out was the first time I actually played as a black Spider-Man, other than Peter Parker. So they're upset at that. It was several other games that has came out that they got upset at because they feel as though that these games are getting woke, and the game industry is bigger than the movie industry and the music industry put together, and they feel as though that they should be making games for their base customers, which are basically, if you look at it, males, which is true. Gaming is more a masculine thing to do instead of like, a feminine thing. But there are female gamers. By the day, more and more females become gamers. Sometimes by accident. They play games on their phone, and then, they have a boyfriend or something, like, what you playing? Let me play. And then the boyfriend teaches them how to play the game. Whatever. But they see issue with what's going on in this game entirely. And it's like, it doesn't make much sense why you think that way, because here's my reason. We don't even know what the hell the storyline is about. That's number one. Number two, all we see is just regular Rockstar Games antics in their main title, Grand Theft Auto, and everything that you see in here comes from real life. Let me go back. So this comes from something that happened in real life, right here. That lady right there, that comes from real life. Let's go back a little bit. Where is it at? What you just saw in this right here comes from real life. Is it past this? That happened in real life, right here. This happened in real life. And where's the other thing at where it shows the guy pulling the crocodile out of the pool? That happens in Florida in general. So it's like, why are we getting so upset at this game? Because we feel as though that, or not we, I won't say we, but they feel as though that this game isn't for them because it doesn't share their values. And I call bullshit on that because, number one, is it a Grand Theft Auto game? Yes. Will you be able to commit crimes in the game? Yes. Will you be able to grab prostitutes off the street? Well, since you have a main character as a woman, we don't know if we'll be able to grab prostitutes off of the street because it's a woman. We don't know her sexuality yet. But since it's Rockstar, we can pretty sure predict that the main character is bisexual. So, secondly, will you be able to run people over with the cars and carjack? Yes. It's a Grand Theft Auto game. So by them stating, oh well, the best Grand Theft Auto I've ever played was Grand Theft Auto 3 or Grand Theft Auto San Andreas or Grand Theft Auto Vice City or Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah, four wasn't really that good. Like 4 was okay, it wasn't really that good. The only thing good about Grand Theft Auto 4 was the Ballad of Gay Tony DLC. That was probably the best storyline out of probably all of. Well, it ranks up there with the some of the good storylines in a Grand Theft Auto game. Me personally, I feel as though San Andreas had the best storyline because everything else borrowed. Well, that borrowed. Excuse me. The 3D era Grand Theft Autos they borrowed from movies. So you had Godfather with 3. You had Miami Vice / Scarface, or let's just say this: Mafia movies for Grand Theft Auto 3. You had Miami Vice and Scarface for Vice City. For San Andreas, it was basically, the black gangster film era or whatever. That basically was San Andreas. So then you move into 4. 4 was a fresh story or whatever. And, it didn't borrow from any sort of like movie or anything like that. It basically was its own story. Based around a Russian Ukrainian character or whatever. And then, 5, sorry, it was its own story as well. It just borrowed certain nuances from real life. So, for the people who are out there complaining about this game and they feel as though that it's a bunch of bullshit, man, kiss my ass.
Bruh.
Anyway, that has been the short banter portion of today's show. How about we move into today's main topic of the night? So, the main topic overview for the night is 50 Cent set to release Diddy documentary and more. So, if you guys didn't see any of this stuff that's going on, 50 Cent is basically going after Diddy, and he has a documentary coming out called Diddy Do It. So I'm pretty sure the documentary is going to be comprised of certain interviews that has been coming out, or old interviews that basically had innuendos about Diddy being abusive or bisexual and stuff like that. Rumors that we've heard over the years. I'm not too sure that he's gonna do like a surviving R. Kelly style documentary, of which if he hasn't thought about doing it yet, he should think about doing it with like how they did it in Surviving R. Kelly, because that shit did numbers. Like, it had everybody glued to their TV screens for what, a good month or so, or a good week. I'm sorry, a good week or whatever. And then the aftermath after it all and everything like that. I believe 50 Cent, if you're watching this or you catch wind of this, do a Surviving R. Kelly style documentary. All right, because a lot of people will never forget that docu series. So let's see what happens. Plus, I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't know if he's going to put it out on Stars to where all of the debaucherous stuff can be shown, or if he's going to go to a network for it or whatever. But without further ado, let's see what the video has to say about it, and then we'll get into the articles.
What's crazy? All right, but y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Y'all think 50 Cent gonna produce a whole documentary on this Diddy thing? Let me know in the comment box down below. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at Official Nash Show. Make sure y'all got these notifications turned on, and I'm gonna catch you in that next video. Peace out.
Damn, I didn't know it was that damn short. Anyway, my bad, y'all. I didn't even know that video was that damn short. But be that as it may, let's get to the article. So I got this article from Complex. All right. So basically, this is what they're saying. Let me get my shit together. So 50 Cent's pitch. Let me change the viewing of this. Well, I don't think I need it that big. Y'all can see 50 Cent. Anyway, 50 Cent's pitch on a documentary surrounding controversies that have followed Sean Diddy Combs for years has landed. Although the G Unit leader hasn't officially announced the news. According to page 6, 50's G Unit Films and Television Company is developing a television special on the Bad Boy Records founder. Still, whether the documentary will be on or will be one-off or multi-part is unknown. Hinting towards a televised project, 50 tweeted the page 6 link on Friday, or I guess last Friday, calling himself the best producer for the job. 50 and Sean Diddy Combs were once friendly in the early 2000s, but began feuding later in the decade. When Diddy sought $2 million to let Mace out of his Bad Boy deal to move to G Unit. Now let's stop there real fast, because 50 went on to various publications talking about this, basically saying that him and Puff was in negotiations to let Mace out of his Bad Boy contract, basically, because 50 wanted to sign him, and I think this was around the time during the Get Rich or Die Trying film or whatever, which was what, 2004, 2005 when that came out. So if you see on the song list, you can see Mace is on a couple songs, because 50 Cent wanted to sign Mace to G Unit. This is around the time when he started acquiring all kinds of rappers and the singer Olivia. So at the time, if you look at that song list, you can see that that Mobb Deep is on a few songs. What the hell is those dudes named? The Annie Up dudes. MOP, Mobb Deep, Olivia, Mace, and I think Spider Loke at the time. And this is like in between when before the Game and 50 Cent had beef. So G Unit was about to get popping. There was about to be basically the new. There was basically about to be the new Rockefeller or whatever under 50 Cent's gaze or whatever, and he he basically had these artists. He signed these. Well, he didn't actually sign them. It was basically a handshake deal that they had, uh, but 50 wanted to basically get Mace out of his contract because him and Mace started talking, and Mace basically told him how his contract was structured or whatever, and what type of deal he was under. So basically, 50 was like, nah, I'm gonna try my best to get you out of that. I'm gonna call Puff. I'm gonna see what's up. See if I can get you out of your contract. So up front, Diddy said, "Yeah, I'll let him go for $2 million." And 50 was like, "Mace ain't worth $2 million, man. Like I'm gonna let you know that now. Like I'm not about to pay $2 million of my hard-earned money just to give it to you to let an artist out of his contract that hasn't had a record since 2004. Like I'm not about to do that." And prior before that, his last record that he had was in 97, 98. So why would I give you $2 million for an artist that I don't even know is worth $2 million? So that's just something to think about. All right, moving on. Before landing the upcoming documentary, 50 got approved for his Instagram followers, pitching a docuseries titled "Surviving P. Diddy" or "Did He Do It or Not?" Similar to Lifetime Surviving R. Kelly, about the disgraced R&B singer-songwriter. While In the Club rapper is currently on tour with Busta Rhymes and Jeremiah, he's been trolling Diddy online for months, mostly recently going after Brother Love for his multiple sexual assault and abuse allegations. It kicked off when Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassandra Cassie Ventura dropped a bombshell lawsuit that came with a trigger warning and accused P. Diddy of sexual assault, R-wording, and sex trafficking. More with that with the next part of this topic, because I do have his latest. Well, I have his latest, and I have the Cassie documents, and I also want to go through this last one that just came out as well. It's shocking. So we'll go through that once we get there. Although the lawsuit was later settled, Diddy was named in 2 more lawsuits with alleged incidents that took place in the 90s. 50's no stranger to massive television deals, as he's executive producer of Power franchise, Hip Hop Homicides, BMF, and will work on the upcoming Lady Danger animated series led by Nicki Minaj. What is she, like a superhero or something? Like, what's going on with that? Anyway, so let's get to this next part. New lawsuit accuses Sean Diddy Combs of gang R-wording 17-year-old in 2003. Now, this right here is more shocking than the Cassie shit. Although the Cassie shit was shocking, of which I told y'all 25 other pages has yet to be released on that, so we'll wait on that, but still, that shit is crazy. So let me get to a part real fast, and then let's play this.
Some shocking new allegations against rapper Sean Combs, also known as P. Diddy. The fifth lawsuit in the last month was filed against him today, and CBS 2's Lisa Rosner is in our newsroom with more on that. Lisa?
Well, Christina Maurice, the woman bringing this latest lawsuit, says she was only 17 when she was a victim of sex trafficking and gang rape by Combs and his associates. That's why the lawsuit is filed by Jane Doe. According to the filing, she says she was in the 11th grade when she was out with friends at a Detroit lounge in Michigan in 2003 and then approached by Harvey Pierre, then president of Combs' music label Bad Boy Entertainment. Combs' career was taking off, and she says Pierre bragged that Combs was his best friend and called him. The two men allegedly convinced her to take a private jet to New York City. She claims at Combs' recording studio she was given drugs and alcohol and raped by the two men, as well as a third assailant whose name has not yet been revealed. On Instagram, Combs posted, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy," the statement said. "Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." We are trying to reach out to Pierre for comment. Last month, Diddy and longtime girlfriend Cassie Ventura reached a settlement, and that was just one day after she sued him for allegations of rape, sex trafficking, and domestic violence. In the newsroom, Lisa Rosner.
All right. Now, I can't believe Diddy is basically stating that he didn't do any of that debaucherous shit, which he did, because how was somebody that was with you? Well, hold on. Let me say allegedly, because I don't want to get sued. So allegedly, Diddy supposedly did some of this shit, right? But we're talking about somebody that was with you for 11 years. 12 years. So why was she put in the lawsuit, or not her personally, but her attorney, but her attorney is basically writing down notes, so when he does write the lawsuit, he has these certain things that he can put into the lawsuit. So, basically if it goes into discovery, basically want to see what shit sticks. So why would Cassie put that stuff in there? Like, why would she say that you would beat her? Or why would she say that you would have her do freak offs and have her search for male sex workers? Why would she say any of this stuff? Why would she say any of it? Because simply it shows to me, that is she or is she not lying? That's what, to me, it's like, well, I've never heard the term freak off a day in my life. Until that document came out, I hadn't heard the term freak off at all. So how's it that no one has ever heard the term freak off until that day? We've heard get your freak on. We've heard that term, but we've never heard the term freak off, or freaky, or freaknik, or freak. You think of the terms that have freak in it. We've never heard freak off before. So he's saying that it's not true. Okay, prove it. That's all you gotta do is prove it. Anyway, let's get into this article. A woman sued the hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs on Wednesday, claiming he and two other men R-worded her 20 years ago in a New York City recording studio when she was 17 years old. And I have the picture that they showed right here. So, as you can see right here, with her face being blurred out, somebody took pictures of them two together, and then she has a picture right here, bottom left, of her being in the P Diddy studio, of which, if you watch Making the Band, I believe it's Making the Band 2. Yeah, if you watch Making the Band 2, these very letters you can see in Daddy's house. Pause. And then it shows her again in the booth, right here, with headphones on, taking another picture. And I'm guessing the middle picture, underneath of the picture of her sitting on Diddy's lap, is, I don't know what the hell that is. Maybe it's one of those, windows you can install it in your house that has the waterfall or whatever on it. Maybe it's that. Who knows what the hell that is? But we'll get to this document in a minute. So, like, how's it that people are lying on you, Diddy? Because simply, there's photographs. There's someone that was with you for 11 years that basically had a day-to-day with you. And then, you have the other lady that I brought up last week. And I know some of y'all are all diddied out. Like, I'm a little diddied out, to be honest. Because it seems like every week there's something new coming up. There's always something new coming up about this stuff. But you can't help to just sit here and look at some of this shit. It's like watching a train wreck. And everybody loves to look at a good train wreck. And this is exactly what the hell this is. A train wreck. Now, the woman whose name wasn't disclosed in the court filing is the fourth person to file a lawsuit in recent weeks accusing Combs of SA. Or, Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. In the lawsuit, the woman said she was in the 11th grade at a high school in Detroit suburb in 2003 when she met Harve Pierre, then the president of Combs Bad Boy Entertainment record label, at a lounge. Now, okay, this is where I gotta blow the whistle, because one thing I want to know is, how did she get into this into the lounge? Because she's 17. Does she has a fake ID? That's the only way that I can think of in those days of someone getting into a lounge. Now, no one knows what she looks like at the time, so for all we know, she had a fake ID. So happily, Diddy and Bad Boy was in Detroit when she was there. I guess Diddy saw her, wanted to talk to her, sent Harve over. Hey, Mr. Combs would like to talk to you. Brought her to VIP. They talking. Then somehow or another, she's getting on a private jet, which I'm going to read in a little while. She's getting on a private jet being flown to New York. How the hell is that happening? All right, so let's get into it. She said Pierre flew her to New York on a private jet and took her to a recording studio, as we saw in the picture I just showed, where she was given drugs and alcohol until she was incapable of consenting to sex. Then the lawsuit said Pierre Combs and a man she didn't know took turns R-wording her. The lawsuit included photographs of the woman sitting on Combs' lap. It's right here. That top picture right there of her sitting on Sean's lap. That she said were taken on the night in question at Daddy's house recording studio. Combs, 54, denied the allegations with this statement. Hold on, I got them mixed up. And this is what Diddy had to say. This is what Diddy had to say. I'm sorry. Diddy said, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. But you were the one who, within a 24 hours time, you did settle a lawsuit. This is you, Diddy. It was no one else but you. Gotta remember, within that same week, if not that week after, Jamie Foxx also was implicated in some SA. We haven't heard from him since, nor do we know if he settled a lawsuit. So you're saying that your character and reputation is being destroyed because individuals are looking for a quick payday. You paid. So obviously it was something there that made you go, let me go ahead and get this shit out the way before this shit comes back to haunt me. That's what you did. No one else. There's a lot of other people that's implicated in SA within these recent months, and I named them off: Jimmy Iovine, Russell Brand, Jamie Foxx, Diddy, R. Kelly. Well, not recently, but just the people who have been within the last couple years to the last couple months have been implicated into something. So Jimmy Iovine, Diddy, Russell Brand, Jamie Foxx. Who's the fifth person? It's like 8 people right now that's being accused of SA. The only person we've been hearing about is Diddy. Like, as of every week, we only hear about Diddy. So it also says, let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Sean Diddy Combs. He didn't write that. I just want you guys to know that he didn't write that. So anyway, let's move on. Let me bring this down. Actually, no, I'll leave this up because there's some other stuff I want to get into as well. A request for comment from Pierre was sent to Bad Boy Entertainment. The lawsuit filed in federal court in Manhattan follows 3 other accusing Combs of abuse. As alleged in the complaint, defendants preyed on a vulnerable high school teenager as part of a sex trafficking scheme that involved plying her with drugs and alcohol and transporting her by a private jet to New York City, where she was gang R-worded by 3 individual defendants at Mr. Combs' studio. Douglas Wigdor, an attorney for latest accuser, said in a statement, the depravity of these abhorrent acts have not surprisingly scarred our client for life. Now, let's stop there before we get into anything else, right? What did R. Kelly get not accused of? He got brought down for the Mann Act. What is the Mann Act? Mann Act is when you're transporting underage individuals over state lines. Is that not what happened? Harv Pierre basically walked over to the girl. Diddy would like to, Mr. Combs would like to talk to you, because that's what they call him, Mr. Combs. Mr. Combs would like to talk to you. He's over in VIP. He would like for you to come over in VIP with him. Okay, boom. Now somehow she's on a private jet. How the hell did we get there? She's on a private jet now. Okay, so she's on a private jet. She's flying to New York City to go to Daddy's house. Okay, she's been shipped over state lines from Michigan to New York. That's over state lines. So, Diddy, again, you say, sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. This is being brought up in criminal court because it had to do with a minor. So if these are sickening individuals that's looking for a quick payday, why is it that you're about to go to court to see if any of this shit is true? Just asking. I'm asking for a friend. Now, with that being said, some other shit that has happened. 50 Cent put on his Instagram, Sean Diddy Combs accused of GR wording of 17-year-old girl. He puts, my God, looking eyes, my God, 17 was no one off limits. This documentary is gonna blow you away. Did he do it or not? Coming soon. Also, what 50 Cent had to say is, surprise face, WTF. At some point, you gotta just do the right thing. And he also puts in this a famous Rick Ross line. Put Molly all in her champagne, she ain't even know it. Took her home and I enjoyed that, she ain't even know it. Y'all remember when Rick Ross got all that controversy stirred up when that song came out? Have y'all just recently saw the Art of Dialogue interview with ex-Bad Boy artist Mark Curry, where Mark Curry basically stated, yeah, when we would go to the bar and to the clubs and shit, they will let us know when we was in VIP. Don't touch those bottles there. Those bottles ain't for you. Drink those bottles. That's quote. That's quote of what Mark Curry said. So, Rick Ross, years later, because he said that happened in the 90s or early 2000s. Okay, fast forward, I believe that song came out in 2015, 16 or so. That Rick Ross song I'm talking about with this famous bar that got him basically motherfuckers were saying that he was a rapist, basically what the people were saying, that he was a rapist. So, with that being said, he put that in his rhyme as if it was normal. I put Molly all in her champagne. She ain't even know it. I took her home and enjoyed that. She ain't even know it. Now, when y'all first heard that song, y'all let me know. What the hell did y'all think about that line? Because when I first heard that song, I said, hold on, that don't sit right. Like, that don't sit right with me at all. Like, it's weird to the fact that he even put that in his song. After that, I was like, you know what? No more Rick Ross for me. I'm not listening to this shit no more. So, if we want to go there, Diddy, let's go back to your statement. People are trying to assassinate your character. How is people trying to assassinate your character? Because as I stated, what was it, 35 pages that came out with the Cassie document of the lawsuit, of which 25 were missing, is being said, which would make it in a grand total of 60 pages. But somehow those 25 pages didn't make it. Who knows why they didn't make it, but you know. She got paid. I believe she probably had to sign an NDA, maybe. Rest is history, right? Now, what else is going on with this? A friend of Cassie's just basically wrote was it a New York Post article? Hold on. Let's search that real fast. Let me bring my Google search up. Let's see. This work. Let's see what's up with this. All right, let's see. Cassie's friend. I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't think I brought it up yet. Let me bring this up. All right, let's do this all over again. All right, so Cassie's friend wrote a letter. Cassie's friend pins a scathing letter to Diddy. Let's read that, page 6. All right, so this is Cassie's friend right here. All right. Okay, so Grammy winner song to Tiffany Red has been forward to publicly corroborating her longtime pal Cassie's claims that Diddy was abusive to her. I'm breaking my silence, freeing myself from haunting recollections, standing in solidarity with Cassie, and standing up for myself. She began in a bombshell letter published in Rolling Stone. So Rolling Stone is the letter. I said, what I say? New York Post. So let's look for that. Let's look for her Rolling. Let's look for that. Hold on. So Cassie's friend, and let's look for the Rolling Stone article. Rolling Stone. All right, Sean Combs traumatized me. Is what the letter is. Hold on, y'all can't even see none of that because I got this picture still up. All right, so singer-songwriter Tiffany Red has penned an open letter to Sean Combs to corroborate the claims of abuse singer Cassie Ventura leveled against the hip hop mogul in her bombshell abuse lawsuit. Right. All right. So, okay, where does the letter start? All right, so I guess it starts down here. So it states, for years, Red has silently supported. No, hold on, boom, right here. My bad. Dear Sean Combs, I'm stepping forward to recount my experience as a witness to events detailed in my friend's Cassie Ventura's now settled civil lawsuit against you. I'm breaking my silence, freeing myself from haunting recollections, standing in solidarity with Cassie, and standing up for myself. I fear for my safety as her suit alludes to me, although not by name. I hope that revealing my identity to the public will afford me some measure of protection. Cassie and I became friends in 2015 while co-writing songs for her album that you never released. We remain close to this very day. I'm one of the friends mentioned in her lawsuit. specifically from the night of her 29th birthday party, as detailed in the section labeled Mr. Combs forced Miss Ventura into sex trafficking. That was when he went to her birthday party and he basically was like, it's time for a freak off. That's basically what she's talking about. The weight is heavy as I gather my thoughts to articulate these distressed memories, physical reactions, the surge of heat on my face, sweating palms, racing heart, and the onset of a panic attack served as stark reminders of the tolls it's taking. I'm traumatized by you. The burden of vocalizing these experiences should never have been mine or anyone else's. I first met you in person in August 2015 at a surprise party you threw for Cassie's 29th birthday party at a hotel in Los Angeles. As you can remember, Cassie in her lawsuit stated uh, he had her birthday party in Los Angeles at a hotel. All right, let's keep going. I was at her old apartment before the party with friends in the Wilshire corridor condos right down the street from your home. Rush by calls from your team about the ETA. We were in a frenzy to get her ready without spoiling the surprise. We all piled into a black car service from her place to the party. We arrived at the area reserved for her party at the hotel, and you popped out singing "Happy Birthday" the same way he did it to Fabulous or whatever. There were many friends, a few famous faces, and cameras recording as we sang. She was definitely surprised. Eventually, we all started to mingle around the room. Up until that point, I'd only spoken to you once before on FaceTime with Cassie. All right. About songs we were working on together. You approached me and introduced yourself saying, "So you're the one writing all those songs about me?" I said yes, and you stared back and said, "That means she's talking to you, huh?" I was uncomfortable because it seemed like you were talking about the more turbulent parts of your relationship. And this is them together. All right. We did a song called Loyal that you didn't like. We were writing about her pain. In the first verse of that song, she sings, "I don't know what is real. I just know how I feel." And you keep acting like you don't know what you did wrong, trying to get me to chill. Since we ain't been together, I've been on some whatever. So she was pushed back. She was pushing back in that song. You later came back up to me and said you were playing. I didn't believe you. One of your security guards did something similar. I never met him before either. He approached me and said, I've heard a lot about you, Tiffany. Uh, you both creeped me out, and this interaction was super intimidating. It felt like you both wanted me to know that you knew who I was, and you didn't like how close I was to her. How long is this? I don't feel like reading this whole damn thing. Anyway, this is on Rolling Stone, y'all. I just wanted to bring this up for the simple fact that this nigga is basically stating that he ain't do certain things, and as we can see, there's some shit there. All right, sorry, y'all. Trying to get some things together here because it's a one-man show. Trying to get things put back in place that I had. All right. So, with that also being said, you guys can read that the rest of that letter on the Rolling Stone article. So, also what was being stated was that it? Okay, yeah, that was it. Other than the lawsuit. All right, so let's take the picture down. Let's read some of this lawsuit. So, United States District Court, Southern District of New York, plaintiff Jane Doe, and then defendant Sean Combs, Harv Pierre, the third assailant, Daddy's House Recordings Inc., and Bad Boy Entertainment Holdings Inc. All right, this is a civil case and complaint jury trial demand. Trigger warning: this document contains highly graphic information of sexual nature, including sexual assault. Plaintiff Jane Doe hereby alleged as follows. Preliminary statement on November 16th, 2023. Cassandra Ventura, aka Cassie, filed a 35-page lawsuit in which she exposed Sean Combs for subjecting her to nearly a decade of physical, sexual, and emotional abuse. What's that? Punctuated by R word, ST, and being forced to engage in drugs-fueled, non-consensual sexual encounters with other men. Ordinarily, when a lawsuit such as Miss Ventura's is filed, that involves events that took place long ago. Witnesses are few and far between, and evidence hard to muster. Not so far the claims brought against Mr. Combs. All right, so let's get into Jane Doe stuff. Okay, so number 3 here. I don't know if you guys can see this well. If not, let me see if I can enlarge this. All right, I got it as big as possible for you guys to see. Hopefully you guys can see it. Let's go through this some of this right now. Only a few days later, 2 other lawsuits were filed against Mr. Combs, and one plaintiff, Joy Dickerson Neal, alleged that Mr. Combs drugged and sexually assaulted her when she was a college student. The other lawsuit accused Mr. Combs and singer Aaron Hall of forcing the plaintiff and another unidentified woman into non-consensual sex. At the same time, a 4th lawsuit was filed, this one against Mr. Combs' company and defendant Harv Pierre, the longtime president of Bad Boy Entertainment Holdings, Inc. The suit alleged that Mr. Pierre and his used his position of power at Bad Boy to groom and sexually assault this his former assistant, and that Bad Boy looked the other way at the time. This is now the 5th lawsuit filed against Mr. Combs in the last 3 weeks. Incredibly, the allegations brought by Miss Doe are in many ways even more egregious, than those brought by his prior victims. Specifically in 2003, when she was only 17 years old and in the 11th grade, Miss Doe was sex trafficked and gang raped by Mr. Combs, Mr. Pierre, and a 3rd assailant. In short, when she was just a teenager, Miss Doe met Mr. Pierre and 3rd assailant in a lounge in Detroit. While at the lounge, Mr. Pierre insisted that he was best friends with Mr. Combs and even called Mr. Combs with Miss Doe. Mr. Combs convinced Miss Doe, who was half his age at the time, to accompany Mr. Pierre and 3rd assailant on a private jet to come to his studio in New York City. Before they left for the private jet, Mr. Pierre smoked crack cocaine in a bathroom at the lounge, in which he also sexually assaulted Miss Doe by forcing her to give him oral sex. All right. Now, we don't know how true that is. That Harv Pierre went to a bathroom, smoked some crack. Like, how would she know that he went to the bathroom and smoked some crack? Like, I hope she wouldn't know that he would do some shit like that. But that sounds a little crazy. Cause unless it's unisex bathrooms in Detroit, which I doubt that there is. I don't believe that part, but let's read on. Mr. Pierre, third assailant, and other gentlemen then escorted the high schooler to a private jet, which flew them to Teterboro, New Jersey, where SUVs awaited the group at Teterboro. Teterboro, where am I at? Teterboro, New Jersey. SUVs, blah, blah, blah. And, hold on. Teterboro, New Jersey, there was SUVs awaiting the group at Teterboro, and the four of them were driven to Daddy's House recording studio, a studio famously owned and operated by Mr. Combs and Bad Boy. While at the studio, Mr. Combs and his associates, including Mr. Pierre, piled Miss Doe with drugs and alcohol. As the night wore on, 17-year-old Miss Doe became more and more inebriated, eventually to the point that she could not possibly have consented to having sex with anyone, much less someone twice her age. While at the studio, Miss Doe was gang raped by Mr. Combs, the third assailant, and Mr. Pierre in that order. While Mr. Combs was R-wording Miss Doe, he complained that he could not get off unless she pinched his nipples as hard as she could. Oh, wow. Hold on.
Bruh.
Mr. Combs then watched as third assailant, who Miss Doe had not even realized had begun to have sex with her, R-wording Miss Doe as she told him to stop. After the third assailant was finished, Mr. Pierre, took his turn at R-wording Miss Doe and then violently forced her to give him oral sex, during which Miss Doe was choking and struggling to breathe. When Mr. Pierre finished, he let Miss Doe in the bathroom. Hold on. He left Miss Doe in the bathroom alone. Miss Doe fell into a fetal position and lie on the floor. Her vagina was in pain. If you guys remember seeing Harv Pierre in any state, this motherfucker don't smile. He's always looking mean. Like, this motherfucker don't smile whatsoever. All right, so finally, after a period of time, Miss Doe regained Okay, so finally, after a period of time, Miss Doe regained her bearings. However, she could barely stand up following the gang R word and had to be helped to walk out of the building and back into a car. She was taken back to an airport and flown back to Michigan. However, she was very limited recollections of her transport home and only remembers being in her car sometime earlier in the morning. All right, so back this out a little bit. Unlike many victims who have come forward after decades, Miss Doe can prove that she not only met Mr. Combs on the night in question, but was in his studio in New York with him on the night. Remember, when viewing these, Miss Doe was 17 years old. So there we got him. We got him full. Got him in 4K right here. This is him. This is him right here. This is her. We don't know what she looked like, but this is Daddy's house. This is the studio that you saw in Making the Band season 2 part 2. So this is, this is the studio. This is her in the booth. All right. Miss Doe has lived with her memories of this fateful night for 20 years, during which time she has suffered extreme emotional distress that has impacted nearly every aspect of here we go, of her life and personal relationships. Given the brave woman who have come forward against Miss Doe and Mr. Pierre in recent weeks, Miss Doe is doing the same. To that end, Miss Doe brings this action-seeking injunctive declaratory and monetary relief against defendants in violation of the Victim of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Law, Gender Motivated Violence Act, NYC Admin Code, subsection 10, 1101. All right, so jurisdiction and venues. I don't think we need to get into all of that. Factual allegations in 2002. In 2003, Miss Doe was 17, 11th grader, residing in a suburb of Detroit. At the time, Mr. Combs was 34 years old, twice the age of Miss Doe, and one of the most well-known and influential music artists of all time. I don't know if that's true, but but anyway. A decade earlier, Mr. Combs found Bad Boy and installed his long-time friend, Mr. Pierre, into a role of president. At the time, Mr. Combs had many connections to Michigan, including, among others, to the Black Mafia family, BMF, a drug trafficking and money laundering organization that is rumored to have seeded Bad Boy. According upon information and belief, Mr. Combs' associates, including Mr. Pierre and the third assailant, spent significant time in and around Detroit, Michigan. All right. On one evening between the spring and fall of 2003, Miss Doe was out with friends. It was not uncommon for her and friends to frequent bars and lounges in the Detroit area. I don't know how if they're 17, but anyway, let's keep going. Certain of Miss Doe's friends were all connected with people in the music industry. Okay, well, that raises an eye to me. On the evening in question, Miss Doe with friends in a lounge when she was approached by who she later learned was Mr. Pierre. Mr. Pierre was with his own friends, including the third assailant. Mr. Pierre, the third assailant, and their friends were dressed in suits. Okay, let's find something more juicier than them talking about Pierre. Okay, here we go, right here. Shortly thereafter, Mr. Pierre directed Miss Doe to go with him into the bathroom at the lounge. Once inside the bathroom, Mr. Pierre began to smoke crack cocaine from what appeared to be an aluminum can. Oh, wow. After he finished smoking crack, Mr. Pierre suddenly took out his penis, demanding that Miss Doe, hold on, suck his dick.
Pause, nigga.
Or, since the his is in brackets, suck dick is basically what he said. And forced Miss Doe's head down to perform oral sex on him. After sexually assaulting Miss Doe, Mr. Pierre directed her to accompany him, the third assailant, and 3 members of this group in an airport in what's that? Pontiac, Michigan. I was trying to think of the car name. Where Signature, a fixed base operator, had prepared a private jet to take the 4 of them to New York City. All right, we all saw that. You know, they in Daddy's house doing their thing. They R-worded her. Is there any other things we can see? Okay. All right. So yeah. So finally, after a period of time, Miss Doe regained her bearings. We read that. Went to an airport. However, she was very limited recollection of her transport home and only remember being in the car sometime earlier in the morning. Her underwear was missing. As a result of being R-worded by Mr. Combs, Mr. Pierre, and the third assailant, Ms. Doe suffers significant emotional distress and feels of shame and have plagued her life and personal relationships for 20 years. Ms. Doe knew that speaking out against the defendant would be extremely difficult and that she would likely be subjected to retaliation and defamatory slurs and attacks. However, in November 2003, Ms. Doe read about a lawsuit filed against Mr. Combs by Cassie Ventura and whatever, and they basically just go on talking about that. And that she filed against, there was another person that filed against Pierre, and yeah. So that's basically the document. That's basically the whole document. All right, let me take this thing. All right. So, you know, they gotta take that. But anyway. Did he do it? That's all I want to know. Did he do it? Which is a nice play on words. Like I'm glad that 50 Cent did that. That was a nice play on words. But anyway. People, that concludes our main topic of the night. How about we get into some random topics of the week? So, the random topics overview I have. Charleston White sits down with Cam Newton, or Charleston White's sit down with Cam Newton, and Jussie Smollett set to go back to trial. So, or go back to jail, I mean. People, I don't know if you guys have seen this goddamn interview with Cam Newton and Charleston White, but this shit is stupid to me. And that's just me talking. Like, this shit is stupid. So, how about we get into that? So let me bring this up. Let's listen to it.
Some truth to it. It's just the delivery. You standing, there's no denying that you're standing for and by your people.
Well, here's the thing. When you're addressing evil, you can't worry about the delivery. When you're looking at the conditions of our community, you can't worry about the evil when you got kids that kill kids and say we smoking on Tuka. See, they wasn't worried about the delivery when these kids in Chicago were talking about smoking on Tuka. They wasn't worried about the delivery. I ain't got no manners for no slut. I'm gonna put my thumb in her butt. The delivery? I like girls kissing girls where I'm from. That's on the radio. Girls on girls. That's promoting lesbianism to my daughter as we driving to school. This song they playing with Drake. Y'all worried about the delivery? These niggas talking about killing each other. That nigga Thug said, nigga, I shot at your mama. You don't mention me no more. He really shot that nigga mama. And y'all worried about my delivery? These niggas are confessing to murders on songs. And y'all worried about my delivery? The conditions of black sucking them, talking about booty holes. Y'all worried about my delivery? Come on, don't be hypocrite, black people. Y'all can't listen to this music if y'all so caught up into my delivery. Don't do me like that. And the way y'all snap and pop y'all pussy to this music, the way y'all kill and drill to this music, don't trip about my delivery. Hey, yo, Easy, why you wear your pants like that? I wear my pants like that because that's easy access, baby. Easy, why you talk like that? I talk like that to get my point across. Because when I wasn't talking like that, wearing the bow tie, y'all wasn't paying me no attention, and I was going to the Supreme Court, changing laws and legislations in this country. I was working with over 50 U.S. congressional members, from Ted Cruz to Mark Rubio, Senator John Cornyn. I was on the front page of the American Bar Association Journal. I had done a study with News 21, Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. Y'all wasn't paying attention then. So, nigga, I gave y'all what y'all want. A ignorant motherfucking nigga that talk like them rappers. Now y'all listening. Now y'all paying attention, huh?
I'm not paying attention. I don't like a single fucking word you say, Charleston Lake. Let's just put that out in the ether real fast. I do not at any single point in reference of this nigga talking agree with any fucking thing that he's saying. Even if people do think that is true. Because honestly, this is nothing new under the sun of what he's saying. This shit has been said for over 20 fucking years. If you guys have paid attention to the black conscious community, you will know that they have been speaking about this for 20 fucking years. Or 30 years, if you look at it. So this is nothing new. Everything that he's saying is just recycled garbage that just keeps being brought up all the time, but with no action. Anyway, let's continue the video.
I got y'all attention, checkmate. Now let me tell y'all what y'all need to hear. We fucked up as a race of people since y'all so caught up into my delivery. 5% of children now are catching HIV from ages 13 to 21. What y'all worried about? 85% of the new chlamydia, all the new cases of teenagers. What y'all?
All right, well let's look that up. Hold on. Ages of new cases of HIV. Okay. By age group in 2021, people ages 13 to 34 accounted for more than half, 56% of the 36,136 new diagnoses. People ages 25 to 34 represented 37%, which is 13,204 of those newly diagnosed. By region of residence, HIV diagnoses are not evenly distributed regionally. Okay, so he does have something there, all right? But he also brought up chlamydia. I have no idea how you spell chlamydia. I hope I spelled it right. Okay, that's how you spell it. Cool. All right. Most people with the infection have no symptoms and do not seek testing. Chlamydia is most commonly among young people. 2/3 of new chlamydia infections occur among youth ages 15 to 24. Estimates show that 1 in 20 sexual active young women ages 14 to 24 has chlamydia. Okay, so he did tell the truth there. All right, let's get off his back on that. Let's continue.
So caught up about. Nigga, only 35% of most kids in inner cities can read on or above their grade level. What the fuck are y'all talking about? These kids can't read. Come on, my nigga. So if we gonna be real, let's be real.
Well, that's a parenting issue because I believe, this is just me talking, I believe a parent shouldn't be seeking just for the school to teach their children. teaching starts at home first. I was taught by my mom. I was taught how to count. I was taught how to read. I was taught, excuse me, I was taught how to solve math problems at the age of 3. Just small ones, addition, subtraction, stuff like that. I was taught these things before I even got to pre-K, which is pre-kindergarten. So, which is basically daycare. It's just at school. So, okay, if kids can't read in the inner cities, and what did he say? It was 35% of kids can't read at their grade level, if not above. So that's a parenting issue. Also, it's a public school issue as well, because if 35% of the student body doesn't know how to read at their grade level, if not above, that's also the school's issue as well. Why? Well, you're supposed to be sitting here teaching me how to do these things. I don't know how to do these things on my own. So, and you also got to look at lazy kids who don't want to do book reports. You also got to look at lazy parents who don't get on their kids' backs about getting their schoolwork done and studying and stuff like that. You can only blame the parents in the school, mainly the parents, but you gotta blame the parents in the schools for this. This is why. If you don't know how to read, and just to let y'all know, a newspaper is only written in a 6th grade reading level. These are newspapers. Then if you get into books, depending on what you're reading, that might need maybe a 12th grade reading level, if not above. And then if you read like real hard shit like quantum physics or something like that you've probably never read a day in your life, that might need a college level of understanding. So what I suggest everyone to do, and I'm suggesting this right now, get your children a thesaurus, or I think thesaurus is coming a group. So get all of the thesauruses, or find them online and download them to your computer as a PDF or something, and also get an updated dictionary. So as your child is reading and they're stuck on a word, this is how you learn how to sound shit out, and this is how you learn what words mean. So if they come to a word that they don't know, all right, so they go to the dictionary, they look it up, they see how it's phonetically sounded out. They also get the definition of what it means. Then you go to the thesaurus, you see how that word is used in conversation, and then you gain an understanding of how that word can be used, and you get a better understanding of why. Hold on, you get a better understanding of what you just read in that book. Because if you just skipping over words, if you read and you go blah 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 blah, and this that happened, nah, you don't have a full understanding of what that paragraph is saying. So now, if someone asks you about what you read, you can't really give them a full depiction of what the hell you read, because you went, and this and that what happened. No, you can't do that. So it's a parent issue and it's a school issue. Now let's continue.
I'm not bashing the black woman in her BBLs. I'm not bashing the black woman because she wearing eyelashes. I'm not fucking with the sister because she got too many baby daddies. I'm addressing men. Just like we abandoned no justice, no peace for George Floyd. Are we still mad about George Floyd? Are we still mad about police shoot? Is that why we not kneeling no more?
Oh, wait a minute. This is one thing I wanted to also look up. Charleston White and the Supreme, did he say the Supreme Court? Charleston White passes legislation. House Resource Organization has them on here. It's on here somewhere. This is a PDF I got pulled up. I don't see his name nowhere on here. I don't see his name nowhere on these documents. Well, I see White. It says vote six yeses. White, Allen, S. Davis, Romero, Sanford, and Tinderholt. So maybe that's it. But I'm still looking. Everything else is YouTube videos. Yeah, that's all I see. It has Charleston White's name in it, but who knows if that's the Charleston White or if it's someone else. Oh, okay, it says Central Texas, so I believe he is from Central Texas. And hyped about hype youth outreach. So, okay, so that is him. All right. So what is this even about? What I just was on. Creating a certificate of relief from collateral consequences. Correction committee's substitute recommended. Create a significant of relief for collateral consequences of certain individuals. Collateral consequences would mean the revocation, suspension, or denial of any occupational license as a indirect consequence of criminal history record information. Defendants would become eligible once they had successfully completed a term of deferred adjudication, community supervision, and the judge had dismissed the proceedings and discharged the person, or a term of community supervision and the person's conviction was set aside. The certificate would state that the defendant had successfully completed a term of community supervision as well as all requirements imposed by the court and had been relieved of all penalties, disabilities, or disqualifications resulting from the offense. I said offense. The bill would require courts to issue certificates to defendants no later than 30 days after they become eligible. The bill would prohibit licensing boards from denying a license because of an offense for which an applicant with a certificate was otherwise eligible. So I'm guessing he's for I guess for young kids, he's putting, or he's getting them vocational certifications for after they get out of jail or something, that they have something concrete that they can fall back on instead of going back to crime, I guess. All right, so that checks out. See, when you fact check,
Oh, we still boycotting the NFL. What happened to all these things? What happened? Nigga, because I'm still stuck on Tamir Rice while y'all stuck on my delivery. I'm still mad why ain't now motherfucker tore up the country behind Tamir Rice. Baby Tamir Rice at that. Since we so in tune.
See, this is the thing, Charleston. Like, I think
all right. So, Charleston White, some of the things that he said checks out. Okay, I can't. I'm not saying I get behind him, pause, on that.
Pause, nigga.
I'm not saying I get behind Charleston White with any of this shit, but I'm just saying some of the shit that he spoke on checks out. But you see, when somebody talks, you got to fact check them. I tell y'all after every podcast is done, if you don't believe a damn thing I said, do your own research. Helps you out in the long run. Always say that. Anyway, let's get into this hip hop vibe article that I have for you. Charleston White goes off on Cam Newton. So, this fish-eye fool. This fish-eye fool. Charleston White is the superstar that nobody asked for. You goddamn right about that, but everybody needed. I'm not sure about that. This guy has the most viewed commentary on the internet. Also, he gets into the most random situations. You got that right. This nigga got smacked with a gun at the barbershop. Shit's amazing to me. Most people are still outdone by how he and Whack 100, I think I have that picture. That's Cam Newton. Whack 100. Got into a fight that Michael Jordan broke up. Then there was him shooting the guy who tried to rob him. A lot is going on with Charleston White. As a result, Cam Newton tried to talk to him during their interview. Cam got checked by Charleston too. Charleston White, I don't know who the fuck wrote this, but anyway. Charleston White rose to fame last year with his viral commentary. Originally, White was a comedian. No, he wasn't. And his word began going viral. His work started going viral. As a result, he began doing podcast interviews. His outrageous commentary built him a large fan base, which is wild to me. Like, come on now. Not only was Charleston funny, but also he also said things a lot of people were thinking. So the people ended up making him the latest internet superstar. The hip hop world has embraced him. Charleston White goes viral for the wild things he says with no filter. Because his popularity, there's nowhere he can go when it comes to podcast space. Cam Newton is another person who is doing well there. Okay. As a result, he brought Charleston on. However, when he tried to confront Charleston over how he delivers his words, he got more than he bargained for. Charleston asked Cam why nobody cares when young rappers talk disrespectful, but he feels the need to check his delivery. All right, well, I can say this, Charleston. I can say this. Your delivery, although some people don't agree with how you deliver what you're saying, but you could check it a little bit. Like, some people say, oh, well, Charleston's telling the truth. I don't know who the fuck said this, but somebody said that Charleston could be more than likely the new Malcolm X. I scoffed at that. I said, man, if y'all don't get the fuck out of here. Charleston White of all people. Did you see the picture I had of this nigga? This nigga had a suit on with gold chains on. Who the fuck does that? Now, Charleston White, to me, is a degenerate. That's just how I feel about him. He's a fucking degenerate. This is why. You said no one was paying attention to you when you were saying the things you were saying at first. How you was passing laws and stuff like that. Okay, cool. Check that out. That turns out to be true. But aren't you a mentor to young boys? But they also hear you if you're a mentor to these young boys, why are you online telling people such as China Mac and what's the dude's name that has the podcast? My expert opinion, Math Hoffa. He told China Mac all Asian women and all Asian babies should be R-worded. And then he said to Math Hoffa, I forgot what they beef was about, but he told Math Hoffa that his 2 young girls, that he would R-word them in the butt. That's what he said. Now, let's bring this back, right? Cam Newton says, yo, your delivery is a little fucked up. But then Charleston goes, no one was paying attention to me when I was speaking, proper and stuff like that. No, everybody started paying attention to me once I started talking like this because y'all allowed the rappers to do it. Check this out. Rappers aren't role models. I want everybody to hear this from my mouth. Rappers aren't role models. So why do we care what the fuck the rappers got to say? These motherfuckers gotta say this shit because they're instructed to say the shit that they say. It's not that they don't want to have music out here that is uplifting and stuff like that. It's just their record labels that they're on doesn't allow that music to be released. I'm pretty sure the Baby and Lil Baby and Baby Keem and NLE Chopper and NBA Youngboy, I'm pretty sure all these dudes got uplifting music in a mumble rap form. I'm pretty sure. But that's not why their record label signed them. They were looking for a type. Is he a so-and-so type? That's what I want to sign to my record label because we don't have that here. Is he a so-and-so type? Because we're looking for that type. Because we don't have that here at this record label. That's what they're paying for. They're paying for fucked up lyrics against black women, black people, and the black culture within a whole. That's what the record labels are looking for. Now, you know what's funny about rap right now? Not a single rap record this year alone has hit the number one or has been in the number one slot on the music charts. Not one. Give y'all another caveat. Record labels are racing to get Afrobeat artists because they see Afrobeat as the new wave. Gotta remember, we're celebrating 50 years of hip hop this year. 50 years of hip hop. So, what's that? 1973. So, 50 years of hip hop. Then we basically are looking at the demise of hip hop right now because of, number one, how the music's going right now, and the subject matter of hip hop right now. It's not a lot of good subject matter. It's all pussy popping and degeneracy and shit like that. It's to the point to where most people don't even look at fucking or listen to these new artists these days. Like, you got to get 35 million fucking streams just to get what is it, 3 stacks? So 35 million streams gets you 3 stacks, which means you gotta basically have that shit on rotation, all your songs on rotation. And that there has been investigations of streaming farms, of which they made illegal. Now, how does this all coincide with Charleston White? Well, Charleston White said that the hip hop music these days has degeneracy in it, but he's acting like a degenerate so people can pay attention to him. My thing is, if people aren't paying attention to you because you want to be upright and forthright, then that means that they have an issue with the way that they were brought up, and not only that, how they retain and receive information. They gotta have an ignorant nigga like you to retain and receive the information that they need. Then God bless the black community. But anyway, moving on. Let's end that part of random topics. Let's get into Jussie Smollett. So, I got this from Billboard. Jussie Smollett's disorderly conduct convictions upheld. So let's look at the video and see what they got going on with that.
Moving on to today, big breaking news locally in a case at Rock, Chicago. An appeals court in a 2-1 decision upheld Jussie Smollett's conviction and jail time sentence. Smollett's legal team will now likely appeal this to the Illinois Supreme Court. That court may or may not take on the case. If they don't take on the case, Mr. Smollett will be headed back to the Cook County Jail. Keep in mind, he has only served 6 of his 150-day sentence.
Damn. Well, what can we say to that? Because you gotta remember, when he got convicted last year, do you know who let him out of jail? His aunt, Vice President Kamala Harris. Y'all didn't know that was his aunt? Well, his aunt-in-law, I believe. But yeah, Vice President Kamala Harris is Jussie Smollett in the Smollett clan aunt. I don't think y'all knew that. But anyway. So get into the article. Let me move this degenerate off my fucking screen. So, an appeals court upheld the disorderly conduct conviction last Friday, December 1st, of actor Jussie Smollett, who was accused of staging a racist, homophobic attack against himself in 2019 and lying about it to Chicago police. Smollett, who appeared in the TV show Empire, challenged the role of a special prosecutor, jury selection, evidence, and many other aspects of the case. I don't know why he did that, because we all saw some of this shit didn't look right afterwards. We was we was kind of on his side at first. We're like, man, that's fucked up that they would do that to that dude. It was, and it's cold as fuck in Chicago at that they would do that to that man. But then shit started to look a little eerie when the cops came to his apartment and the nigga, his sandwich wasn't eaten. But that's the whole reason why you went to Subway, so you could get a Subway sandwich. All right, not stressing that. Then he started to lie in his police report. It's like, okay, he lied. It was 2 white guys, but somehow they're coming up with 2 Nigerian brothers that are his trainers that he's also fucking. Okay, let's put that past us. He goes on to who was that? Robin Roberts? Yeah, that was Robin Roberts he was talking to. So Robin Roberts started talking to him. It was like, yeah, so how did you feel? You know what I mean? Like what was going through your mind? He basically gave a statement in his testimony. I felt like, this was the end, and I felt like, and I'm paraphrasing and making fun of what he's saying. This is not his actual words. It was like, yeah, I felt like at the time that I was being oppressed by the system, and somehow, some way, I got out of it. And then, a couple days later, he's in LA on stage about to do a concert, and he calls himself the gay Tupac. And I'm like, all right now. Like, this is when black people's like, all right now, dog. Like, you taking it way too fucking far. We don't believe none of this shit now, because the gay Tupac in no way, shape, or form was gay. So how are you the gay Tupac? Made no sense to him. So he was like, all right, we good. Thanks, Jussie. We good. Thank you. Thank you for your time, Jussie. And after that, it was like, all right, this guy's on drugs. Like, that's basically how we looked at it. It was like, he's high. Anyway, moving on. But all were turned aside in a 2-1 opinion from the Illinois appellate court. Smollett had reported to police that he was the victim of a racist and homophobic attack by 2 men wearing ski masks. The search for the attacker soon turned into an investigation of Smollett himself, leading to his arrest on charges that he had orchestrated the whole thing. There was surveillance camera of him and the guys staging the attack the day before. But somehow he thinks he's innocent. Anyway, let's keep going. A jury convicted Smollett in 2001 on 5 felony counts of disorderly conduct, a charge that can be filed in Illinois when a person lies to police. Everybody remember, if you lie to police in a police report, nigga, you can go to jail for it. You don't lie to law enforcement at all. You don't have to answer their questions, but one thing you don't do is lie. Don't lie. Just be like, hey, I don't want to answer any questions. That's fine. But don't go, if they ask you a question, as what did the guys look like? Oh, they were 2 white men with Klan hoods on their heads, and they had black gloves, and they had bleach and a noose, and they tied the noose around my neck, and then they started spraying or pouring bleach on me, and they called me the F word and the N word several times before they left. As far as what we know, from what Chicagoans say, ain't nobody outside. Ain't nobody outside during those times when they get that real bad cold chill. Ain't nobody outside, because it'd be like, what? They said like 60 below zero outside or something like that. Like freezing temperatures to the point to where that they have these devices that keeps their engines warm overnight. Like they plug it up into their car, and then they put this warmer on their engine so they engine doesn't freeze over overnight, so they can get to work the next morning. Like, no one is out at that time. At the time he was, I think it was what, like 1 o'clock or something like that, 2 o'clock in the morning he was out. Ain't nobody out in Chicago at that time. It's too damn cold. And walking at that with MAGA hats and Klan hoods on. Man, fuck out of here. Anyway, where did I leave off at? Smollett spent just 6 days in jail while his appeal was pending. Lawyers for Smollett, who is black and gay, have publicly claimed that he was the target of a racist justice system and people playing politics. We are preparing to escalate this matter to the Supreme Court. Smollett spokeswoman Holly Holly Beard said, referring to Illinois' highest court and also noting that the opinion at the appellate court wasn't unanimous. Appellate Justice Fredrina Lyle, that's a name. Fredrina Lyle would have thrown out this conviction. She said it was fundamentally unfair to appoint a special prosecutor and charge Smollett when he had already performed community service as part of a 2019 deal with Cook County prosecutors to close the case. It was common sense that Smollett was bargaining for a complete resolution of the matter, not simply a temporary one, Lyle said. Special prosecutor Dan Webb was appointed to investigate why the case was dropped, because there was more evidence that had to be found. That's the reason why he got brought on. Because when the initial report didn't sound right, they got to get other evidence to see what dots connect. Because dots wasn't connected at first. So once they brought the guy in, Dan Webb, started looking for surveillance footage, saw that the shit was staged the day before, then goes to the footage again to the night in question, sees the shit happening, sees 2 black guys. He said it was 2 white guys with MAGA hats on. Okay, that shit doesn't check out. That's evidence right there because it shows that he lied. Okay, boom, goes to his apartment. When the police came, the Subway sandwich wasn't eaten. That's evidence right there that we need to take into question, because why didn't he eat his Subway sandwich? You were so beaten down that you didn't get hungry enough to eat your sandwich? Fuck out of here. Hold on.
What the fuck was that?
Anyway. Where was I? A grand jury subsequently restored charges against Smollett in 2020, and Webb concluded there were substantial abuses of discretion in the state's attorney's office during the earlier round. Smollett was not immune to a fresh round of charges. Appellate Justices David Navarro and Mary Ellen Coughlin said in the majority opinion, the record does not contain any evidence that prosecutors agreed Smollett would not be further prosecuted in exchange for forfeiting his bond and performing community service, they said. So boom, says it right there. They have it in black and white that it was never said that if his bond was forfeited, that we would just drop the case altogether. Nah, there's some more shit here that doesn't look right, and we have to prosecute. So we got to bring him up on other charges. So his disorderly conduct was upheld because it was disorderly conduct of what he did when it came to, let me see if that's exactly what the hell it was. Yes, disorderly conduct was upheld because it was disorderly fucking conduct, because not only are you staging the event your fucking self, you're also lying to police in a report so they can go and get the bad guys when you know the bad guys and you're fucking the bad guys. So there's nothing more we can do other than to convict your ass. Hell, serve the 100 and whatever fucking days it is. Like, it's what, 6 months? Man, just sit down for 6 months. What you gonna miss in 6 months? Nothing. Ain't shit going on right now other than politics. Sit your ass down. But, you know, for all that, if he sits down for those 6 months, he's gonna get a boyfriend.
Pause, nigga.
Because didn't your husband divorce you? I don't know if he is with his husband or not. I'm just talking shit at this point. I'm just talking shit at this point. But yeah, didn't his husband divorce him? Like, come on, dog. Come on, dog. But Juicy, if you see this, tell your sister Journey I said hi. I've been in love with that girl since I've been fucking 3 years old. When I used to look at her on Full House when she was one of I forgot Mary-Kate and Ashley's character's name in the show. But yeah, I've been in love with your sister since then. Tell your sister I said hi. All right. Anyway, y'all, that concludes today's show. If y'all want to call in, go ahead. The call-in number is, you can either hit the link or you can call the call-in number at 302-283-9791. I'll repeat again. Call-in number is 302-283-9791. Now, however you're looking at this, you can either dial 1 and then the number. I guess that will help for you. Or if you're calling out of the country here in America, I have no idea how you would do that. So if you know how to do it, go ahead and do it. Everybody, let's take a 3-minute break and I'll be right back. All right, testing HIV. Nobody wants to come in and come talk to you. Come talk to me. Come on. I don't bite. Come on. Hit the number. Hit the link. Come on. Do me that solid. Come and talk to me about the topics I talked about today, y'all. Come on now. All juicy topics. GTA, 50 Cent and Diddy. What was the other two things I covered? The Jussie Smollett thing and the Charleston White stuff. Come on now. I know y'all got an opinion on something that I talked about. All right, y'all. I'm giving y'all the next 10 seconds to call in. Numbers posted right there. Phones is on. Link is pinned in the live chat. Go ahead and drop that white bar. And then you should see the link highlighted in blue. Hit the link. I'm right here. Come on now. Come on, nobody wants to come in here and come talk to me. Come on now. I don't bite. I'm a nice guy. Come on now. All right, well, I guess I'll do this the summary. Look, from now until when I hit the last part of my show, when I give you guys the words of wisdom, you can still call in. I'll have the link in the number still open if you guys want to call, all right? All right, so show summary. Talked about the GTA trailer and how certain people are out here basically causing a ruckus for nothing because they disagree with basically women being in anything. That goes with movies, television shows, video games, books. Like, I don't understand this homosexual or homoerotic depiction of wanting to see just men in media. Like, this shit is weird to me. Like, for real, it's very weird. Like, the movie The Marvels, that tanked because not because it was an all-woman cast, it's because it had no fucking promotion. All it had was what? A teaser trailer, and that's it. That's all it had, was a teaser trailer, and that's it. No marketing went behind it because of the strikes. Writer's strike and the actor strike. After that, after all that was said and done, nothing. They was like, oh, well, we're releasing it this day. And it's like, well, hold on. No marketing went behind it. It's like, y'all should have put marketing dollars behind that movie once everything got dropped as far as the writer's strike and the actor strike. So, I don't know what the fuck Disney and Marvel was thinking, but, you know, along with this, people, you know, basically being upset about GTA having a woman main character, which has never happened before. So this is groundbreaking shit. Number two, it's representative of women in gaming now, because a good substantial amount of women game. So I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't understand this at all. And I don't believe that anyone understands that, you know, there's more women by or per capita than men anywhere. So I don't know. But anyway, then we got to the Diddy stuff, the 50 Cent document, 50 Cent basically saying that he will release a documentary of Diddy. But, you know, it's not concrete yet, but he said he'll do it, so let's see if he will. Charleston White was talking some bullshit that everybody agrees with except for myself. Even people that I look up to that be doing YouTube, they even said that they like Charleston White and they agree with what he was saying, and I kind of look at them differently now. I'm like, oh, y'all one of them now. Like, I can't even do this with y'all no more. And then with this Jussie Smollett, look, dog, just go to jail, get a boyfriend. Like, come on, man. Like, just stop all this bullshit. Like, you are not a political prisoner. You are not Malcolm X. You are not Martin Luther King. You staged that shit. So go to jail for 6 months, do your time, get out, be back on the small screen if you can get a part, if anybody wants to work with you. Anyway, yeah, y'all, that's it. So I see nobody wants to call in or anything, so I'll just end it here. Had y'all's chance, but going once, going twice, going thrice, going 3 times. All right, well, phone lines are down. You can still hit the link if you want, but we are getting out of here. So, everybody, if you could, please pay attention to the bottom of or lower third. This podcast comes on every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I'm late, look, it's either going to be between 8 to 8:30 or whatever. If I have technical difficulties, pay attention to my community tab. I'll let you know if I'm having technical difficulties. All right? But every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do this here podcast, Marcus Speaks Live, which comes on live. So, if you're watching the replay, catch me live. All right? Catch me live. I'm always here. Saturdays, I do a gaming stream called Marcus Speaks Play. That comes on Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we are on a hiatus because it's some games that I don't really like that I've seen. I still have to look at what Avatar looks like. If I change my mind with that and I think about getting it, then I'll go ahead and do that or whatever. But I don't really like what I've seen so far, so probably won't be doing a game stream until the late January. So check me out then. I'll always check my community tabs. I always have posted what I'm going to be doing, so make sure you guys pay attention to that. But nonetheless, please do me a favor. Go ahead and subscribe over there if you could, all right? Subscribe. All right? Subscribe to this here channel, but also, once you do that, go to the description box of any video, or you can go to my, the info page, the very last page, that basically has all the links that you can find me. Social media, Rumble, Discord, which, I don't really use that, but once I start getting an audience in here, we can start using my Discord. As well as locals and stuff like that. So, for Rumble. So, you know what I'm saying? If you guys can get me there, you can start doing some marvelous shit. But if you hit that link ever, call in with the caller number. Please mind that we do have 3 rules that stands, and that is, please be on camera. You must be on camera at all times. That means here on the backstage, and if you want to be seen to the audience. If not, rule number 2 says you don't have to be on camera if you don't want to, but you still have to be on camera here on the backstage so I can see who I'm speaking with. There's a question back here I'd like for you to answer in the private chat. Don't make it a conversation. Just give me your name and your answer, and I'll further accommodate you from there. And please, if you do call in, please mute all background noise. All right, I'm trying to run at least a semi-professional podcast here, so please give me the courtesy of muting all background noise. Go to a nice secluded spot in your house. Use wired headphones if you could, so I can hear you better and you can hear me as well. And last, all I got is like this video. Subscribe to this here channel, Marcus Speaks. Hit that bell icon. Also, you can get all my notifications once I go live or when I post a video. Comment in the comment section once this video is done, and share this to your social media, friends and family, and whoever else you like. All right? Before I get out of here, I'd like to tell you guys, please focus on getting to the money, because we all know money makes the world go round. As well as, please drink more water for health purposes, because, stay hydrated. Water helps you lose weight, stuff like that. So stay hydrated, drink more water. Mind your own business for mental health purposes. All right? The less you know about somebody else's life, the better you are. And if you don't believe a damn thing I said to you guys tonight, Do your own research. Helps you out in the long run. I have been Marcus. This has been Marcus Speaks Live. People, I'll catch you guys next week. And I thank y'all for watching. And I'll check you guys out next Friday. Peace out, y'all.